Hey, it's James here from GoodGuitarist.com, and welcome to 30 Days of Guitar. In this series, we're going to start at the very beginning and one day at a time build a solid foundation so that you can play your favorite songs with confidence. And normally we would jump right into the lesson, but since this is the very first day, I'd like to spend like 1 minute discussing what you can expect over the next 30 days. We're going to start on the most basic level. I'm going to show you how to play a couple super simple chord shapes, and we're going to use them to play a song right away. That's happening today. And then we're going to work on basic rhythm, counting music, tapping your foot to keep the beat. We'll learn some strumming patterns, but more importantly, we're going to learn how to feel the rhythm so that it actually sounds like the song. From there, we'll move on into some essential chord progressions that are going to unlock thousands of songs, and we're also going to go over some fun stuff, like playing some melodies, finger picking, the blues. Once again, applying all this knowledge to actual songs so that you have something tangible to help you retain these skills and all this, newfound knowledge. And while that may seem like a lot, I don't want to overwhelm you. I'm going to walk you through this step by step and motivate you to reach your goals. I'm confident that if you follow along with me over the next 30 days, you're going to be able to say out loud, I can play guitar. And if that sounds like something that you'd like, please take a second right now to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and that way you can follow along with me on this journey. Finally, before we get started, if you want some printable materials completely free, there's a link in the corner to my free ebook. It has everything that we're going to be covering here and a bunch more. We're up to like 40-something pages now of, chords, strumming patterns, all the fundamental stuff, and it's completely free. There's a link in the corner. I also have a beginner's course that we're going to talk more about at the end of this lesson. And with all that out of the way, let's get started. Let's learn some guitar. Before we can play our first couple chord shapes, we do need to learn how to hold the guitar properly and how to tune. This is a normal guitar, and we have the body, the neck, and the head. The head has the tuning pegs that you use to tune the guitar. The neck is where the strings are. That's where you're going to put your hand to play chords and all that. And then the body is the part that rests on your body. And in order to hold it properly, this is my dominant hand. I'm right-handed. I'm going to put this little cutout part here on my right leg. So on the same leg as my dominant hand. And then I'm going to rest my bicep on top of the guitar with the crease of my elbow right here on the front, on the corner, I guess you'd call it, of the body. And I hold the guitar exclusively like that. You should be able to wave this arm up and down. If your arm's too far back here, you're not going to be able to wave it up and down. And if it's too far forward, it's going to be too low. So you rest it where you can make that waving motion right over the strings, right over the front of the body, basically. And my non-dominant hand, my left hand, doesn't have to do anything when it comes to holding the guitar. If I let the guitar rest in this hand, that's the fastest way to develop issues with your wrist and your arm. This hand needs to be free to move about without supporting the weight of the guitar. And a good way to test that is to just grab the guitar and then let go, and it shouldn't move. The neck should be pointing upwards a little bit. That makes it easier to play. Some people will, in fact, put it on their other leg and then boost that leg up with a footstool or even just putting some books under. And then that gives them like the classical position, which is a very comfortable way to play the guitar as far as this hand's concerned, but it's a little less comfortable for the strumming. So it's kind of a trade-off, right? This is the most comfortable strumming, and the chords are totally doable. Like 99% of people play guitar this way. But if you put it on your other leg, your non-dominant leg, it's much easier with the chord shapes, but the strumming is a bit trickier to make it smooth. Also, make sure that you're not holding your guitar like this and looking down at it. You want it to be facing forward. I know it's tempting to want to look at your fingers, but that's just going to bend your wrist in a weird way. Tons of problems down the road. So we want to avoid that. And once we're holding our guitar and we're comfortable with it, posture, can't forget about sitting up straight. That's always important no matter what we're doing. Anyways, once we're in that position, we need to tune our guitar, and I like using a clip-on tuner. It's the fastest and best and most accurate way to do it. You can also get like an app on your phone or something like that, but they're not as good. I'm just gonna, say that objectively. Like, I don't sell tuners or anything. I just know the day that the tuner came out was a very good day, for guitarists everywhere. So it's one of the essential tools in my opinion. And we just clip it onto our guitar, we turn it on, then we just tune each string appropriately. The names of the strings are E, A, D, G, B, E. So from the thickest string, the one closest to your face, E, A, D, G, B, E. And a way to remember that is with like a rhyme or something, you know, like elephants and donkeys grow big ears. I like that it's really visual. You can see elephants and donkeys growing big ears. Another good one, Eddie ate dynamite. Good by Eddie. Elvis always did. Get by easy. You can make up one of your own. You know, it's essential to know the names of the strings so you know what to tune to. And also when somebody tells you, we're going to play this melody on the G string, you know what string they're talking about. And as far as using the tuner, our thickest string is supposed to be E. And you can see there, it's perfectly in tune. It's right in the middle. But let's say it's a little bit sharp. Sharp means it's higher than it should be. You know, we want to just loosen the string till it's under and then go up into perfect tuning. That's the biggest tuning tip. You know, a lot of my students are like, my guitar is a piece of junk, you know, it won't stay in tune. And that's because they tune from up, but just based on the way that the tuning heads work, you always have to come from under in order for it to, for tuning stability, you know, for it to stay in tune. And another thing is if your string is way out of whack, it's not going to say E. It'll say something like D, and you just got to think about the alphabet, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So if it says D, you're way lower than where E is. So you got to tighten it till you get from, you know, I'm at C, and I just keep tightening it past D, past E with that little flat sign. We just want regular E. There we go. And then we want A, D, G, B, E. And another bad habit I notice people doing when they're new is they go like this to tune. Just pluck it once, let the tuner do its job, and that's pretty much it. So we're holding the guitar comfortably, we're in tune. The last thing we need to do is make sure that the nails on our chord hand are trimmed. If you have really long nails, it's literally impossible to press the strings because your nail just hits the wood before your fingertip can press the string down. You can see right there, my nails are just at the point where they're too long. I need to cut them. If I trim them as short as they can go, it's going to be a lot easier to play. So we're finally ready to start playing some guitar. The first thing I want to show you is the E minor chord. We're going to put 2 fingers down on the guitar. Our first finger, or our index finger, is going to go on the 2nd fret of the A string. So the E string is the one closest to your face. That's the low E string. Then the A string, that's the next one. So the 2nd thickest string. And if you look at these boxes right here, this box is the 1st fret, this box is the 2nd fret, and this box is the 3rd fret. And we want to press it inside the box as close to the fret as we can go using the tip of our finger. You can just pluck that same string. Just see what string you're on. It should sound like that. Don't press too hard, but if you're not pressing hard enough, it'll buzz. Also, if you're not pressing close to the fret, it tends to buzz. You want to press as close to the fret as you can. Make sure that your thumb, if I move my guitar, my thumb's right there. It's like I'm pinching my thumb. You know, you don't want your thumb off to the side or like too high. You're not going to be able to get any leverage. You want your thumb behind the neck. Anyways, we're going to take our middle finger now and we're going to put it right underneath our index finger. So it's on the D string, also at the 2nd fret. And we just get them as close to the fret as we can go. Have our thumb right behind them, so we're pinching like that, but with the guitar neck in the way. And we're going to curl our fingers the best we can. And you can just run your thumb through the strings. You could test each string by going and just adjust a little bit. Your fingertips might already start to be feeling it. You know, pressing down the strings, you're going to get a little bit of fingertip pain, and that's okay. We don't want wrist pain, but fingertip pain is fine. It goes away as you grow those calluses. We'll talk more about that, you know, throughout the series here. And from here, we're going to take these 2 fingers, and we're just going to put our index finger to the thickest string and our middle finger to the G string. So we're just spreading them out. They're still on the 2nd fret. And this, what I really want to focus on though, is switching between the 2. You know, getting used to playing that E minor shape, and then you spread your fingers and you play that D6-9 chord. And then we go back to E minor. And we can just silently switch. That's a really good exercise to just get used to the motion at your own pace. You know, do it like 10, 20 times. And once you've gotten used to putting them in the right spot, we can start to fine tune it. You know, we can strum, and then we can switch and we can strum. We can check every string. On this one, the A string, it doesn't matter if you mute it. If it rings open, great. If it's muted, sounds just as good. So don't get hung up on that. But you do want to use this as an opportunity to curl those fingers, bring your elbow in, have your thumb in a good spot. Don't let your guitar go like this. You know, maybe bring the neck up a little bit. That'll help a lot with this one. And then the final step that we're going to do today with these chord shapes, we're going to strum them as we count. We're going to go 1, switch, switch, switch. And we have 3 beats to switch. We're switching on beats 2, 3, and 4. And then we strum the next chord on beat 1. 1, switch, switch, switch. 1, switch, switch, switch. 1, switch, switch, back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And counting out loud like that and switching chords with the rhythm is essential. And that's definitely overlooked by a lot of people because, you know, they just focus on making sure that the chord shapes are good. But in reality, you're going to be switching chords with a song, with the beat. So we want to just get that right away and use that to our advantage. So that's the main exercise that I want to send you away with. And something fun that we can do with that exercise is we can actually use it to play Horse with No Name by America. You know, we can go, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. Good to get out of the rain. So let's try that. Let's actually sing and play a little bit of Horse with No Name. You can always just watch me do this and then rewind it and try it with me after. So get ready on that E minor chord. I'm going to count us in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, switch, switch, switch. 1, switch, switch. I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to get out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain. La 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 la. And that's where I want to finish today. I think that's plenty to work on. I want you to go through this all at your own pace. Work on silent switching, you know, maybe doing that like 10 or 20 times, and then counting out loud. 1, switch, switch, switch. D, switch, switch, switch. And just going back and forth, you know, do that for maybe 5 minutes. And then you could even try to sing the song and do that if you're comfortable with that. But you know, today I just want you to focus on those chord shapes. As far as the strumming is concerned, that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So don't worry if like it's not sounding great on that end of things. You know, this is how we learn, right? One step at a time. I don't want to overwhelm you. I don't want to just be like, yeah, let's just play a whole song and let's do it right away. You know, we're going to do each step of it right, and it's going to come together. So we'll be doing some strumming tomorrow, as well as, you know, reviewing what we learned today. And if you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe. That way you'll be the first to know when that comes out. And for those of you who have subscribed and who have downloaded my free ebook that contains everything that we're going to be talking about over the next 30 days, I thank you sincerely. Your support means the world to me. Finally, while learning on YouTube for free, like we are right now, is definitely going to be effective, I made a complete course that allows me to take the time to really go in depth and to practice everything with you to do it over and over again and really make sure that we've covered every angle. Because to be honest, on YouTube, you do have to keep things brief or else the algorithm gives you the boot. You know, it doesn't like when you take your time to actually practice guitar. So, you know, that's what I've done to provide you guys with that opportunity. So please check that out. Otherwise, have a fun time practicing and I'll see you tomorrow.